Welcome to Consultier Inc. and Interlink IQ. To conduct a document review utilizing the Grounds and Roadways program under the SQF Module 11.1.8, first check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we do have the same titles as the Grounds and Roadways program. Next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have 11.1.8P0. Since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page XFY format. Ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then insert the company logo here, together with the company name, the company address, and enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. Enter the name of the originator, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date originated. For the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the Quality Management Department who reviews the drafted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. Enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date reviewed. For the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has approval authority. First, enter the name of the approver, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date approved. The revision date is the same as the date originated or drafted by the author. For the effective date, it is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personnel training. The implementation date is when the document is distributed and personnel training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document. For any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. Please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now we will focus on the components of the program. First is purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. For this program, it is for implementation with the SQF Module 11 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Class 11.1.8. First, to implement SQF 11.1.8.1, a suitable external environment shall be established and the effectiveness of the measures shall be monitored and periodically reviewed. The premises, its surrounding areas, storage facilities, machinery, and equipment shall be kept free of waste or accumulated debris, and vegetation shall be controlled so as not to attract pests and vermin or present a food safety hazard to the sanitary operation of the site. Second, to implement SQF 11.1.8.2, paths, roadways, and loading and unloading areas shall be maintained so as not to present a hazard to the food safety operations of the premises. They shall be adequately drained to prevent the pooling of water. Drains shall be separate from the site drainage system and regularly cleared of debris. And third, to implement SQF 11.1.8.3, paths from amenities leading to the site entrances shall be effectively sealed. Second is scope. The scope of the program is based on the purpose and serves as a guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. It includes grounds and roadways, drainage system, and the sealing of paths. Third is policy. The policies are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. First, the premises, grounds, and area are maintained to minimize dust and kept free of waste, accumulated debris, or standing water, not to attract pests and vermin. Second, equipment is properly stored, litter and waste are removed, and weeds or grass within the immediate vicinity of the plant buildings or structures are cut to prevent a breeding place or harborage for pests. Third, paths, roadways, and loading and unloading areas are maintained so that they do not constitute a source of contamination in areas where food is exposed. Fourth, roads, yards, and parking lots are adequately drained to prevent contamination to food by seepage, foodborne filth, or providing a breeding place for pests. Fifth, lawn and landscaping provision is effective for sealing large traffic areas. Sixth, high vehicle traffic areas must also be effectively sealed to prevent dusty conditions. Seventh, proper and purposeful measures for separating drains and the site draining system prevent food contamination. Eighth, the grounds and roadways are kept neat, tidy, and clear of debris buildup in and surrounding such areas. Ninth, exterior construction projects that impact sealed areas are reviewed, and controls are established temporarily during the project timeline. 10th, paths from amenities leading to site entrances are effectively sealed and covered. And 11th, unkept surroundings including the accumulation of unused equipment, pallets, bins, drums, pooling water, or waste can provide vermin and other pest harborage and, in turn, pose a serious hazard to the hygienic operation of food premises. Fourth is procedures. The procedure is the step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. Under procedure is grounds and roadways. Keep and maintain the surroundings in good condition to protect and prevent contamination. Methods include: eliminate breeding or harboring pest conditions by properly storing equipment and removing litter and waste. Maintain roads, yards, and parking lots. Drain areas that may breed pests or contribute to food contamination. Keep grass and vegetation in the surrounding areas under control. For grounds not within the company's control, conduct regular inspection, extermination, or other means to exclude pests, dirt, and filth that may be a source of food contamination. Grass and vegetation are kept under control in the surrounding areas. Impose proper cleaning and sanitation to manage and minimize dust and remove waste from the grounds. Next is drainage system. Install adequate drains to prevent ponding of water in paths, roadways, loading, and unloading areas. Separate the exterior drains from the site draining system. Third is sealing of paths. Seal and cover the access to employ amenities external to the site to allow for weather conditions. Next, the following procedures describe how the company maintains a suitable environment for grounds and roadways. First, the provision of lawn and landscaping is effective for sealing large traffic areas. High vehicle traffic areas are also required to be effectively sealed to prevent dusty conditions. Proper and purposeful measures for separating drains and the site draining system shall be implemented. These areas shall be kept clear of debris buildup in and surrounding such areas. Review the exterior construction projects that impact sealed areas and controls established temporarily during the project timeline. Lastly, employee amenities that are external to the site and access to the amenities must be sealed and covered to allow for weather conditions. Fifth is responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the procedure or the policy. For the maintenance and sanitation, maintain grounds and roadways in compliance with the requirements outlined in this program. For the quality, responsible for the inspection and monitoring of the grounds and roadways. For all personnel, shall adhere to this policy. For the food safety team lead, the PCQI or SQF practitioner, visual inspect areas for compliance with this policy. Oversee compliance of procedure. Ensure personnel is trained on this policy and procedure. Monitor and take corrective action to ensure compliance with this policy. For the supervisors or department heads and team leaders, they are responsible to ensure and verify this policy and procedure is adhered to, and take corrective action to ensure compliance with this policy. For the quality control personnel, validate training and adherence to policy and procedure. Monitor and document nonconformance observation is also known as discrepancy using the corrective action, preventive action, or the CAPA report. Lastly, for the QC or compliance department, document control, records, and archive. Sixth is corrective action. The corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situations. If the accumulation of unused equipment, pallets, bins, drums, pooling water, or waste is observed in exterior grounds, conduct an assessment and analysis to develop solutions to keep these surroundings tidy and uncluttered. Train all personnel on this policy and reference SSOPs. Lastly, non-compliance will require retraining or dismissal from job duties or termination of employment. Seventh is review quality. The review section serves as guidelines for conducting the annual or periodic review. Annual review of compliance to grounds and roadways requirements by observing the following. Exterior grounds are maintained, tidy, and uncluttered, and do not provide pest harborage areas. Exterior grounds are managed to minimize dust or other hazards. Exterior grounds are kept free of waste. Exterior paths and roadways are managed to minimize dust or other hazards. Exterior loading and unloading areas are maintained to minimize hazards. Grass and vegetation are kept under control in surrounding areas. Equipment that is stored outside is protected from the weather. And external paths from amenities to the site are sealed. Next, reference documents. The reference documents are the set of documents used to implement and monitor a program, policy, or procedure. It includes exterior grounds monitoring checklist and the pest prevention program. Ninth, references. The reference section is composed of guides utilized to implement the program. Examples are the certification guide, regulations, and other widely accepted scientific journals, research, and the like. It must comply with the standard format citation, which can be based on either MLA, APA, or Chicago style, and update the access date. Lastly, history. The history section is where we can update the program if there are any changes or revisions made in the document. If there is a revision, enter the revision number, followed by the revision date, the description of the change made, then the name of the author or the originator, lastly, the title or department of the author or the originator. Thank you for participating in this document review. Content presented are for training purposes only and are based on the interpretation of standards and best practices and must be customized for your intended use. To fully customize your programs, policies, procedures, forms for records, and lessons for training, you may contact Interlink IQ or Consultier Inc. at services@interlinkiq.com or simply call 202-982-3002. For free access, visit interlinkiq.com.